Ira, welcome back. Good to have you with us. You know, we talked a little bit a moment ago with Ed Yardeni, who said that a recession, in his view, was inevitable, if not necessarily imminent. I wonder what you think, and I particularly wonder if you're beginning to see any in your portfolio and business, any of the telltales of recession, namely businesses cutting back on loan demand, not borrowing as much, loans either delinquent or in default. What are you seeing there, if anything?
I mean, if I was to listen to everyone on TV and read the newspapers, I would think a recession's imminent tomorrow. But when I look at the underlying performance of our organization, loan demand, which was up over 20% this last quarter, commercial pipeline, which is up over $200 million from going into the third quarter versus what was going into the second quarter, I would say the numbers don't support internally here at Valley what a lot of the rhetoric is on the street today.
So who's borrowing? Who's increasing? Where's the loan demand coming from?
I think for us, we're a commercial-focused oriented bank, so the commercial demand is still very strong. The consumer demand has definitely subsided a little bit today, and I think what we're seeing today, especially on the residential market, is probably where we were 2 or 3 months ago. That said, that's a decline of about 40% from where we were January and about 60% year over year. So there's definitely been a decline in the consumer demand for loans, but that said, it's begun to plateau.
So tell me why mid-sized regional banks seem to be outperforming the big boys, the Chases, the Bank of Americas, and so forth. What's your hypothesis there?
I think a lot of those large banks are really consumer-driven, where Valley is a relationship-focused commercial bank. And relationship-focused commercial banks seem to be doing very, very well today. The commercial customer still has a lot of liquidity, still has a lot of capital X demand that they're looking for, and demand is very strong within that specific segment today. So I think that the regional bank space is going to continue to outperform the large money center banks as well as some of the small banks.
You've had a recent merger or acquisition of Bank Leumi. Why and why now? Why'd you do it?
Yeah, I think as we think about the future, funding is going to become a greater and greater issue for the banking landscape. Bank Leumi had a significant amount of tech business from a vertical perspective. And at Valley, we think it's very important that we continue to diversify the funding book across the entire organization. And I think the market has generally seen a lot of liquidity in the banking space. And as that begins to come out, go into treasuries, which is obviously impacting the overall yields on some of the treasuries, demand is going to outpace the funding that sits in the banking space today. So for us to diversify funding sources becomes very critical.
And Ira, just to circle back, can you talk about those commercial customers and how solid their demand is, what that pipeline you think for loan growth looks like? Because the confusion people have about this recession, this economy, is the fact that the consumer has slowed, like you acknowledge. So tell us what's going on elsewhere and whether you think it's sustainable.
I mean, I really do. I think the projects that I see them looking at when it be term financing for certain equipment seems to be very, very strong at our organization still. I think a lot of companies are looking at clean and environmentally friendly manufacturing, and there's significant demand for that type of product from a consumer perspective, as you see Congress is beginning to think about subsidizing the demand for some of that as well. And our manufacturers are looking at producing some of those products. It's going to increase inflation without any question, but there's strong demand for that.